This is a slide series. Hi, Lee and Norman is here, and welcome to our third extra special episode. A quick thank you to our producers that make this series possible and your unflagging support for the slide series. For further questions about our podcast, please do not hesitate to contact us on Facebook. Now let's get back to today's episode, Finding Lights in the Dark. Looking back to 2020, I'm more than just being grateful and relieved. My 2020 story was just like that of some of us who were lucky to be mentally supported by family, teachers, friends, colleagues, or neighbors. I didn't expect the pandemic to last this long, nor did other people on Earth. But despite our current challenges, I wonder what has kept some of us moving forward and some falling behind. I want to make it clear that it is totally normal to suffer different problems in such turbulent times. And it would be brutal of us to stigmatize people with different forms of disorders or avoid talking about them. So what we want to do in this video is to present our understanding of how we can move forward and grow in times of turmoil like this. We're about to assess the issue into possible perspectives, historical and psychological, as much as we can, hoping this video can be of great use for you guys to find your own light and let it guide you through this pandemic. Now first, what do people mean by saying human history is the history of pandemics? As you may know, infectious diseases have wreaked havoc on human communities since ancient times, impressing their devastation on our following attitude and behavior. The more civilized humans became, with larger cities, more exotic trade routes, and increased contact with different populations of people, animals, and ecosystems, the more likely pandemics would occur. Despite the persistence of diseases and pandemics throughout history, there's one consistent trend over time: a gradual reduction in the death rate. From the Antonine Plague in 165 to 180 to the most recent and ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, our history has been full of stories to tell and share. And our once rudimentary understanding of diseases has also been developed more comprehensively. More often than not, pandemics are inevitable and far from special. History repeats itself from time to time, leaving us some invaluable lessons to learn for our contemporary world. So that is the basic meaning of the statement, human history is the history of pandemics. Don't panic, be alert, and brace yourself for the worst. If you're still with us, apart from the stories of medicine or, vaccination, are you curious about how we can prepare ourselves both mentally and physically for this time of turmoil? If yes, stay with us. Music, the uninterrupted path. Throughout history, people have turned to music during disease outbreaks as a way to seek spiritual guidance, express pain, or even educate others about hygiene. In recent months, artists around the world have been following this centuries-old tradition by singing about the ways the coronavirus pandemic has transformed our lives. Musicians in several African countries, including Ugandan musician and politician Bobby Wine, created a song to raise awareness about COVID-19, while US artists like Bad Bunny and Gloria Estefan have released tracks about stay-at-home orders. Others, including comedian Adam Sandler, have used music to provide some humor during quarantine. For fans of Broadway, this coronavirus remix of Les Miserables, sorry for my terrible French, One Day More may be a welcome distraction. Health psychologist Sherlock Morgan, PhD, once explained, across the history of time, music has been used in all cultures for healing and medicine. Every culture has found the importance of creating and listening to music. Even Hippocrates believed music was deeply intertwined with the medical arts. Scientific evidence suggests that music can have a profound effect on individuals, from helping improve the recovery of motor and cognitive function in stroke patients, reducing symptoms of depression in patients suffering from dementia, even helping patients undergoing surgery to experience less pain and heal faster. And of course, it can be therapeutic. So, what songs do you turn to for healing and comfort in order to ease your inner turmoil? Let us know in the comment section below. Let us put aside the story of ancient people and their growth accompanied by the healing ability of music. If you're watching our series, the odds are that you are learners. Now let's talk about something relevant to us, who are seeking improvement in language skills. How can learners find their light in times of upheaval? Well, listen to this piece of news. This is Slice News. The COVID-19 has resulted in schools shut all across the world. Globally, over 1.2 billion children are out of classroom. As a result, education has changed dramatically, with a distinctive rise of e-learning, whereby teaching is undertaken remotely and on digital platforms. Research suggests that online learning has been shown to increase retention of information and take less time, meaning the changes the coronavirus have caused may be here to stay. Digital doesn't mean good nor bad. It is in essence not positive nor negative, except for its impact on our well-being. That's how I think we should put it. Let me start with my own slides. Like most of you, I sometimes feel unmotivated and bored to tears, particularly when I have to do the same thing every single day without getting a hug from my friends or a meaningful conversation with my neighbors. Everything is just shattered. The only thing I could do, well, is probably stay at home and study like you guys. Sometimes schools make me sick, but I'm okay with that, as it's nothing new. What matters here is that learning must be uninterrupted and meaningful, so as for us to make the most of it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not telling you to hit the books when you feel like you're sick to the back of your teeth. Learning is more than just memorizing. And to tell you the truth, learning things by heart is not a meaningful learning activity to me. Learning can come in many forms based on how you view it, encompassing various activities from perusing books to observing your environment. According to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, learning is defined as the activity or process of getting knowledge or skill by studying, practicing, being taught, or experiencing something. And like I said, learning comes in many forms: listening, watching, observing, reading, writing, talking, or even daydreaming. Do whatever that makes your mind think and grow. The next question that may pop up in your mind is how we can be motivated and learn, and how we can learn efficiently. Well, to be honest, I have no idea. I'm no expert in giving advice or changing the life of other people. I'm here to tell a story because I'm a storyteller. A story of frustration and inefficiency, which may be in contrast to what you are expecting from me. However, I would love to introduce you guys to an ism that can motivate you, urge you, and push you to continually pursue your education. Although not the optimal, it is quite still promising, yeah. Dark academia is a popular academic aesthetic that revolves around classic literature, the pursuit of self-discovery, and a general passion for knowledge and learning. It is one of several variations of academia aesthetic, each with a unique subject focus. Dark academia's visuals stem primarily from upper-class European culture of the 19th century in American prep. The upper class of this time period emphasized a liberal education in which Latin, rhetoric, and classics were taught subjects. These are now seen as unusual and slightly esoteric, creating an allure that presents schooling as not dreary or boring, but one that cultivates people that learn for the sake of joy. So that's about dark academia. Pretentiousness is celebrated within the dark academia community. Romanticizing education and moments in life is a core appeal of the aesthetic. Making grandiose statements and wishes for success is a common text-post subject. When you type a dark academia playlist on YouTube, chances are that you will hear some melancholy but alluring melodies, feeling like the music itself is trying to compel you to do something that may result in some moment of epiphany or revelation. It can be argued that dark academia can be problematic in some way, and it has come under fire for its extremity and pretentiousness, like I said. But apart from all this, we can derive from it some benefits to conquer our academic life, like the flaming passion for education and self-discovery, and the unquestionable appreciation for aesthetics, or what we call beauty. Now move away from all the drama that dark academia may offer us. Let us dive into the lands of self-learning or self-discovery. Self-learning revolves around many questions which we need to answer. What we want right now, how much we want it, who we think can encourage us or set a good example in doing so, whether we really know who we are, whether we understand our body and our mind. Imagine this. When you feel a bit under the weather, have you ever seriously considered your knowledge of your own body could be a great help for the doctor to diagnose your illness despite the fact that he or she is a medical professional, not you? Or when you get down to studying for your upcoming exam or for anything else, have you ever paid attention to how your very action today can contribute to your self-growth? Now, these questions are rather abstract to answer, but they are crucial in helping you gain an insight into how you approach your well-being in your academic life. You might not think your own understanding of body is helpful for doctors to treat you, or you may be forced to study, otherwise you will fail or fall behind your peers and end up losing sight of your self-development. But here the problems come up. In the long run, there is high possibility that you will lose your sense of confidence and your self-doubt eventually mounts up. The body, the mind, the soul are interconnected and reinforcing each other in a complex way that can be beyond us to comprehend. But the meat of the matter is this: a little attention can possibly help us navigate through such complexity or uncertainty. I remember sitting by my study desk one day, murmuring many history dates and names that I was required to learn by heart. I felt a little bit empty inside, as I learned almost nothing apart from the things that I shouldn't have learned by heart, because they were all available on the internet, right? What a life I was having at that moment, I thought. I leaned heavily on professional help, so much so that I forgot I am the one who owns my body. I'm not saying we don't need doctors or nurses. We terribly need them. But we have a tendency to forget how important it is to listen to our body and our wishes inside. What do you want right now? Pleasure? Connection? Fun? Success? Good marks? A date? What do you feel right now? Full of beans or just shattered? Unstable or stable? Lovely or ugly? The answers may lie in ourselves. You can do meditation or spend some minutes to reflect on things while laying on bed, in the garden while you are observing the buds of flowers, sitting on a chair in the living room, or just spending time alone anywhere. Immerse yourself into the present moment. Don't chase after passing thoughts. Don't force yourself to eliminate your thoughts in your mind. Learning is, therefore, all about discovering and growing, with all its diversity and wonder that are waiting for us. I am Leah Normandis, and you're listening to the Slide Series. Stay with me. Exercise, the word that reminds us of many things and evoke different emotional responses in different people. Some love it, some loathe it. As we enter the 21st century, one of the greatest accomplishments to be celebrated is the continuous pursuit of fitness since the beginning of man's existence. Throughout prehistoric time, man's quest for fitness has been driven by a desire to survive through hunting and gathering. The history of fitness portrays some fascinating themes that relate closely to the 21st century. One commonality is a strong association of military and political might with physical fitness throughout mankind's advancement. In many ways, this shows how impacting our world leaders can be on health and fitness. The mind-body concept has had a tenuous development. At times, some cultures prescribed spirituality at the expense of the body, whereas others, such as Greek society, upheld the ideal that a sound mind could only be found in a healthy body. Another interesting development from history is the concept of exercise for the body and music for the soul. Present-day fitness programs have evolved this concept harmoniously, with music being a distinctive component to the exercise experience. It appears that as societies become too enamored with wealth, prosperity, and self-entertainment, the fitness levels drop. In addition, as technology has advanced with man, the levels of physical fitness have decreased. History offers little insight into how to prevent or turn around these resources. Thus, this is a resolution we are challenged with in today's society. Perhaps utilizing all of the extensive research completed on health and fitness in combination with the creative minds now in the fitness industry, we now can solve this part of the fitness. A host of research has shed light on the benefits of exercising, and the current pandemic has proven it to be more urgent than ever before. To keep our mind fresh and growing, to maintain a good level of fitness, exercise is the optimal way to achieve this. So today we cover how we can grow mentally and physically in order to enhance our resilience during and after the pandemic. I hope this video can help you to find your own light, enjoy your life more, and forge a meaning in a way that makes it easier for you to grow. This time of turmoil casts a long shadow over many things in our life, but we have some wise decisions available to make and some love to give to other people around us. This is a Slice series. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in next episode.